Yo, 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 what's up, my dudes? Now, this is quite a treat. I'm back here with my good friend Razman, and we are coming to you hot with another private purgatory. Now, we both know it's been a long, long while, but Raz and I have been busy with the cast for the Faustman Balance mod, even though we'll probably never finish those, and people have long stopped caring, but that's besides the point. We are back with private purgatory after what must be a 2 or 3 month hiatus. It's been a long, long time. But as always, we need to start with this. This is all about you guys, the community. So keep sending in those replays, even though we have a backlog of like 50, but just keep sending them in. We do go through them pretty fast. Like every replay you guys send us, maybe we'll cast 1 in 10 or 15. So we really need just a constant flow of replays. Keep sending them in. Make sure they're crazy, funny, or at least have something unique in them. But yeah, let's get underway. And right off the bat, we do have Karakov with the unranked. So you already know it's going to be a good match.
Yeah, the one and only Karakov with his special own move that he's really known for. The Siphon Pikut. Obviously best CV in the game. Why would you use anything else?
He is making quite a bit of a mistake though. Like he's putting it behind the forest, so the good optics here won't actually come into play. If there's a unit driving down this road, it won't be able to spot it and fly away. It's a bit of a rookie mistake there from Karakov. You'd expect better from him, even after, especially after all this time.
I think you know. Usually he would probably place it right at the edge of the Charlie, just to spot directly into Alpha, into Bravo, anything coming in. But maybe he's just playing the mind games, mind tricks, making the enemy think he actually doesn't have a helicopter CB. And then suddenly, boom, there comes this helicopter and spots everything what's coming in,
That is pretty next level, if I do say so myself. He does seem to be thinking quite hardly about this one. He's got a Safe and a Peta placed down, but nothing else. Meanwhile, our friend Chris Sayuk, oh my god.
Oh god, I haven't even looked at his name yet. Let's call him Chris.
Yeah, let's just call him Chris. Chris, standard Eurocore deck, it seems. Panther with an 80 gem on both sides. Quite a bit of an investment at 80 gems to start the game, but I guess he's banking on this. This might not really work out for him though, because you would expect Karakov to bring 8 AA healer or 2 with this opener.
You wouldn't even expect Karakov to bring any ground units at all. So why bring 80 gems? Well, it seems like it was planned that he only started with those 2 units. That's a lot of planes.
I was thinking maybe we were desynced again, but came flying in. Oh my god!
Shit!
The Israeli Air Force is coming in. Is he trying to bomb the deployment or the spawn?
I think the only thing I can think of, I think he's trying to kill the spawn CV. And then win by just killing all CVs within the first few minutes or so. But the problem with this is, this gives the opponent enough time to, even when you kill the CV, it gives the opponent easily enough time to just reroute the second CV should your CV die. The pattern and Siphon will just not nearly be quick enough for that.
But he misses anyway, and oh wait, the Kafir coming in from behind, maybe he'll get it after all.
Oh shit, nah, it's gonna miss.
That would have been fun. But Chris did a good job at reacting to that. He moved his CV right out of Echo as soon as he saw all the planes, but they actually missed anyway. Like they were nowhere near where the CV was. A bit unfortunate there from Karakov, but the Del Noir is probably going to get picked off by the pattern here and doesn't.
Yeah, just lacking the range. Also not having the stabilizers. So yeah, but those were like 700 points of planes. You don't see that. Not just very often. I've never seen that at all in a 1 versus 1.
It's happened to me once. I lost a game 1 minute in because my spawn CV got sniped by like this train of bombers. That was pretty upsetting, but this CV in Delta may actually go down. The Del Noir...
it's gonna be close. Oh no, it's shooting at the wrong...
Yeah, first the pattern was blocked out, but the pen actually doesn't retarget for the Del Noir, so it's actually gonna get picked off here. It does take out the
It's gonna take a while. No, it might actually still die. The firing computer reset... Yeah. Due to the firing computer reset, it got it stunned due to the huge splash radius, but it didn't actually do a lot of damage.
That was actually kind of surprising though. Like the Petin was in and out of being stunned and still panicked, still manages to take out the Del Noir with the AT Jam of all things. Now he's coming back into Echo. Chris is a bit scared. He's buying a second CV, but this Crotal is completely out of position. The Force will be blocking it off completely from the Petin. Maybe this Roland will have more luck, but it only has equal range. And the bomber train is coming back in. At least one Kafir is. Chris is trying to move into the
no, he's a bit off.
No,
Petin
misses. Move into the spawn of Karakov, but this is quite late. He should have just fast moved everything when he saw that plane.
Very slow reaction time there.
He's smoking off his units. Like he's being way too. Like how many points do you think he has on the field? No need to smoke. Just go.
Yeah, just go. By the amount of planes he saw, you must know that the enemy has pretty much no ground units on the field. And knowing those legions also wasn't really worth it. At least fast move the VABs just into Charlie or the Panther, even if it's just a spot, because still not a single ground unit bought by Karakov this whole game.
Still not a single plane actually dying. The Crotals run out of ammo. The Roland may pick off the Lavi here. No, it misses the second shot. The bombers have been missing everything. Not a single unit is actually.
Sapphire E.
Like Karakov isn't even trying to protect his spawn. Okay, finally a Sapphire now.
Yeah, but that's kind of funny. He places the Blazers in the Echo zone.
He needs to snipe down the CV so his bombers can come in unmolested, you know?
And maybe he thinks that if he buys enough units and places them in Echo, maybe they actually spawn from that spawn. I don't know. But there's
actually a third CV coming out from Crits. He's really scared of losing just to getting sniped, I guess. But honestly, oh my god, all these units, they could just be attack moved into Alpha. Yamix, RC, and Foxtrot is just sitting there. Like when you see the opponent invest so much into these cheesy things, you should really just go for a spawn, at least go for as far as you can up with until you see a unit before you unload, because this is just kind of a waste. And like I assume he wins this game just because I don't really see how Chris actually loses all his CVs, but then again, this is private purgatory, so who knows what'll happen.
You never know what will happen.
Karakov's actually buying pivots for his spawn now, so he's finally actually focusing on defensive. And it's like, look at this train of blazes, just one after the other, fast moving through the road. Convoy.
Sapphire might actually get a P4 CV there. AES just behind it and it's tracked. Surprised to see nothing like a Gazelle cannon or even a Tiger coming out from Chris, just to spot stuff coming in earlier, and especially to spot stuff that might come over the mountainous area over the south.
Again, the Kafirs are just off target. This might get the roll.
Yeah, and it actually gets killed.
Misses actually. This actually needs to buy more ammo and more air at this point. Like the more the bombers come in, they'll just start dying eventually. Like, if you roll enough times, the bombers will just get picked off. And I'm sure this horde of Tehran blazes aren't too scary, considering he's got Legion and Unclear in this forest. The Legion actually finally being attack moved up into Alpha to his credit.
But still, nothing moved over to spawn, just to see what's going on there. If he could have just moved the Panther 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes, 4 minutes ago, and just literally killed the Charlie CV.
I'm almost disappointed that he didn't try to go into Echo with just the Petin and maybe infantry. No, not even a Sapphire and Picot CV. What am I talking about? No,
and yeah, don't forget the man pads in the Hueys, Shaitet in the Hueys, everything in Hueys.
I guess it's like Firestarter said, Karakov really is evolving. He doesn't stick to one form of cheese. He's always trying something different. Sapphire might just get picked off by the RC's machine gun here. Maybe not.
Yeah, machine gun's not very strong.
To Echo, which is kind of nice, because you gotta assume there's AA and Echo, but actually, Kotal's out of ammo, the Roland's out of ammo.
Kotal still has 2 shots.
Gonna bomb Foxtrot.
I mean, he eventually has to kill the CV if he wants to win that way.
And he stuns out the CV and finishes it off with the Sapphire. The problem is, Kurz has kind of just been moving his A into really awkward positions. They keep just getting stuck in forests without being able to acquire target on healers quick enough before the healer does the damage. but just more Lavies and Kafirs coming in. Actually completely missing the lawn, which is kind of funny. Lavi's actually coming in for Echo now, but he might actually go down if the Roland's lucky.
Yeah. Again, wrong spot. But not like you can expect. Good. And yeah, I mean, what would you expect from an elite Roland?
I think even the Celtic got a shot off.
Yeah, Celtic. No, Celtic killed the Zephyr, I believe. The Zephyr that was there.
Killed in Delta for a second here.
Just by AMX 13s there.
And this honestly just looks done. Look, oh
yeah.
My God, he calls in
a Bass. Okay, well that's
the only unit he has on the field besides his Hobbit.
And the sea, of course.
Of course.
Which is landed.
I want to know what like goes through Karakov's mind when he plays these games. I really want to see if maybe like we can get him to I don't know if anyone knows Karakov, but maybe just get him to record one of his games and just go over it while he's deploying, explaining his thought process. I think that'd be a nice.
I mean, either he's a massive troll, and he's just trolling literally everyone, us, the players, Firestarter, or he's just constantly drunk or under drugs. I don't know.
No, but if you look, even if you're like really high, you can still do decently. I mean, look at Firestarter, right? But this is just it has to require some level of skill in a way, right? Like there's an art to this. The Baz is about to get sideshot by the Legion if he moves that up one more. Rip Baz,
oh boy, just sideshot it. Matt prophesized it.
I don't think that's precisely what he meant, but. The poor Baz does go down, and this is the last bomber left, I think, and it just gets stuck.
Yeah, must been. Roland 3 is still not resupplied, but not like it matters, really.
Yeah, Krez actually hasn't resupplied anything. Maybe he doesn't even have a supply truck in his deck.
That'd be also kind of next level.
He's doing a surprisingly good job at stunning out planes. Though not such a good job at killing them.
I mean, eventually he'll get the job done with 3 of them.
Oh, the Lavi coming in from behind! Oh, but Krez spots it.
Yeah, and would be a bit off target anyways, I believe.
Yeah, that was on target.
No, I think no, it was a bit too much to the right. Even if the P4 wouldn't have moved, I think he would have gotten out alive.
But really, like, what's shown here is that Krez could have won this game 6, 7, 8 minutes ago if he just moved up from Alpha, or if he just fast moved into Charlie's spawn. This was I gotta say, for Karakov, this was kind of a disappointing experience.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it was special, but I think we've all come to expect a bit more than just bomber spam into the spawn.
The Hueys have just their own charm.
Yeah, they do. Even the patterns, like, you only called in one helicopter.
There we go, another pattern.
But this game is just over now. Fair play to Krez, though. He defended well enough. His actually reaction times with this series was pretty on point, especially for a lieutenant. But Karakov just not informed today. Maybe something happened.
Maybe that was just his warm-up game.
That might be the case. I mean, whenever you're playing against people like this who play all day like Krishuk, you really gotta play that warm-up game. So. We'll be quickly back with a second match. I don't think this one is from Karakov, but hopefully it will be just as special. Back again with a second replay this time, and right off the bat I noticed the Puma 330B PCCV helicopter, French helicopter CV I believe, and I already can tell this is going to be an interesting game. We do a System Block versus Eurocore this time. Random stats versus Hamsterfish, rather.
Yeah.
I just naturally thought of Hunter because I saw random. That's my bad.
Well, yeah, it looks like we have Karakov, I guess, imposter here. Not quite the right helicopter CV he chose, but it's always... You know it's gonna be a special game when you see someone using helicopter CVs. Nothing against you if you use helicopter CVs, but...
Oh, I have a lot against you. Just speak for yourself,
oh, you gotta be a bit more nice.
Nah. A lot of helicopters coming in from both sides.
Oh boy.
So I'm thinking maybe we'll see something special and just see something meet in the middle here. A
Oh,
lot of Hinds, a lot of Sokals on the Eastern Bloc side, only Cassiopei's cannons, but Tigers coming in from the Eurocorps side. So this should be an interesting engagement.
I wonder whether Random Stats is playing motorized. No, probably not. He seems to upvet every unit, so guys just upvetted and didn't get the bonus from the moto. Yeah, and you can't have Panthers with Remas and motorized anyways, so it's an unspec deck. Oh no, there must be Commandos Para in them, considering looking at the veterancy.
Commandos Para.
Not Commandos Para. I mean Commander Marines. That's what I meant.
Marines?
Yeah.
Can you get Marines in moto?
No, it's not moto. It's not moto. That's what I meant. It's after all not moto. At first I thought it was, but it actually isn't.
It's an interesting choice, but I'm just really interested to see how this first engagement goes. Actually three CVs coming in from blue player here.
Yeah.
3 CVs coming in from Random Stats, which is kind of interesting considering you're going for such a... I think his idea is he wants to drop into India. This isn't really a full-blown rush.
No, I think he wants to go for the spawn, right? If you start with the third helicopter, with the third CV, and that CV is a helicopter, you wanna go for a spawn, not a golf or a hotel.
Then I guess it's kind of bold. Like he's sending nothing at all to Bravo. Oh yeah, he's starting with an ECR. Yeah.
And I mean, he's getting a CV for Bravo, so yeah, he's gonna be slower if he started with one, but he's not gonna be that slow if he uses spawns motorized or airborne units.
Did not buy a single piece of radar area. ECR's coming in from the Mi-25. This is gonna waste some of the Sokol's ammo at the very least.
And with 50% ECM, it's very unlikely it's gonna get shut down. So it doesn't do much, but maybe it can pick off one of the helicopters or something.
I mean, if he can waste the Sokol's ammo, that actually opens up a lot of room for his Tigers. The SPW's being caught out, LSTR not being unloaded.
LSTR won't do anything here. Oh, they actually killed one helicopter though. Won't get much more.
I think it's just a cannon though. Like, the Tigers just aren't even stopping, they're just moving in.
Immediately buys 2 Sopals.
Both the Panthers went down, I think just because they were just moving through the MGs and just got melted. Stack of Sopals. The Tiger is out of 80 gems though. Now the Tiger can be a really cancerous unit, but it does not have much ammo, so it's always a bit awkward for these kinds of rush situations.
Yeah, but there is another Tiger.
HAD here, but I don't really think the HAD can deal with 3 Sopals, and this is actually a decent idea. He's moving into Gulf, trying to snipe down that CV.
Why is he... Okay, for a second I thought he was landing the helicopters there to the south of India, but he's actually...
And look at this, the Sokol can't even take out the CV healer because he's out of ammo. The Kassiopei will probably even pick him off.
And the gun is more or less worthless since it takes so long to align. But the Strop 2 might actually kill the CV.
Yeah, he probably will.
Unless the Tiger had...
And Had will pick off the Strop though.
No! Oh!
Wow. Nice DPS on the Strop.
The CV in Bravo though is still not unloaded.
Yeah, just a bit of a mismatch. Oh, it's gonna go down to the Hind then. That's unfortunate. Like if he just unloaded that.
He killed. Wait, what? How did he just kill the CV? Was it with the gun? It must have been with the gun. I just didn't spot that. The Hind ignores Bravo CV, by the way.
The CV in Golf?
Yes, CV in Golf. Did it go down to the gun?
Yeah, he just rushed it with the HAD.
Yeah, but it took a while until he killed the CV. He actually was targeting the Sopals first. Maybe they actually died to the splash damage of the missiles that targeted the Recon Tiger.
The HAD actually manages to take down both Sopals, which is kind of impressive. But now, just calling in a MkD to resupply the head and another Tiger.
Why did he buy the Super Dart though?
My question... Oh, the Hind actually completely ignored the CV.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't even see him.
What?
He's landing here behind Echo, which is actually kind of nice, but all you really need to do in that situation is just bank up an amount of points so you can just overwhelm the squad that's landed behind.
But why did Random Stats buy the Super Dart? I mean,
I don't know, dude. This is private purgatory. It doesn't need explanation.
I mean, it used to have a gun.
Sopals and Golf, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, it used to have a gun, but I mean, he bought the Super Dart after he got Golf CV, and the Golf CV actually went down to a Hind.
Echo CV might actually get take. No. Echo CVs might even win against this hindhead, stunning it out. It flew way too close to the MG. The MG3, even on a CV squad, is still pretty deadly to helicopters, especially at this kind of range.
All these
the
VAVs
is getting sniped.
get.
Yeah, he just needs to buy like a 4-stack of some sort of cheap infantry.
Or like a
Behind it, he
helicopter.
goes down to the CV. Yeah. Well, even a helicopter might not be that good, just because of the way MGs work in forests against healers nowadays.
Yeah, maybe Tugasai piece could work though. But still, it's not looking that great for random sets. I mean, yeah, Hamsterfish doesn't have a CV in Golf, but looking at how the units are on the field, all random sets has are 2 spawns and 1 tiger in Golf and 1 tiger flying around.
What is nice is that there are these 2 LSTR squads in Alpha and Charlie, so those could easily trip wire and kill one of the tigers if they're not careful. 3 Sopals in a hotel, so there's not much of a chance of anything happening there. I kind of missed Hotel CV, because like Golf CV getting sniped.
Yeah, got killed by a hind.
Nah, okay, that makes sense.
MiG-29 coming in.
Seth is a decent choice, yeah. You can just use it to dive the helicopters, though. The tiger's good stealth will probably not save it here.
No.
And it's completely out of ammo anyway.
The Sopal only in the open. Well, yeah, it's on. Oh, it still has 4 hot 2s. It could probably snipe the Sopal without getting spotted if it wasn't for the MiG-29.
The Eric Sergei might snipe the Sopal anyway, though. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if he positions this properly, he could probably get a nice side shot on the T-72 while it was moving through the bridge. But
even if it does, it only has 11 AP and gets 1 shot by the T-72.
Yeah, it looks like Random Stats doesn't really know what to do about this specialty in Echo. Like, he's buying a Gepard here, but it's just gonna get sniped as soon as it spawns. In this situation, when someone has something on your spawn path, you just want to buy a lot of cheap shit because it can't kill everything. So just buy a 4-stack of cheap shit and then you buy maybe something behind that to just wipe it out. It'll get stunned out and then it'll just die.
CV is about to die. Yep. Oh, actually manages to stun it, but
maybe he just wants to move this up now. Just
yeah, but I think the CV will run out of MG ammo before it actually kills the hind. Like MG, yeah. Right. And the G3 alone won't be enough to keep it stunned. Surprised he doesn't move.
Kind's already so weird nowadays, though. Like the nerf to their ability to just take gunshots was really welcome, but it feels like now, as soon as they fly over infantry, they just get stunned out completely.
Again with the super dart. Yeah, there we go. CV gets killed. But why the super dart?
Maybe he thinks it still has a gun. Maybe he hasn't played in a while. The Eric Sergei might actually take out the CV in Hotel, though. They actually managed to sneak all the way in here.
Oh shoot! Sopal kills the tiger. But the tiger killed the T-72 CV though, that went for gold.
That was actually very lucky. Because if that Eric Sergei took out the CV, it would have been over. But he called in an Mi-17.
Oh yeah, that was actually... I think he must have spotted the Eric Sergei since the Sopal is moving away.
I think the Sergei doesn't think it's there. It's moving somewhere else. It's always nice to hide you. Oh, feel like it's always nice to hide your CVs in towns like this, even if they're not infantry. The Sergei can still cause a lot of trouble here.
Most likely gonna kill that strap too. Although I should be able to one-shot it. Oh, it's not an attack move. Oh, it's actually getting completely wrecked by the strap too. Only 1 armor that gets easily killed by HE weapons.
Attack move is very important, kids. I'm buying a Puma CV, but it's just gonna fly over the LSTR and Alpha, so that thing's not gonna last. He's trying to buy, like, he really doesn't know what to do about Echo. Just this one specialty squad is completely screwed him over, like 300-400 points down the drain because he's not sure what to buy.
And the
CV.
Maybe he just doesn't realize that there was a specialty squad there and wondered where his units go that he tried to spawn. I don't know. LSTR is gonna pick up the Pumas. I think it. Oh, I think it one-shot the Puma CV and missed with the first missile. It was very lucky. I mean, not like the Puma CV would have been able to do much, but even if it landed, but I mean.
Yeah, especially since the LSTR in Golf still has a round left. This Mi-17 I think might be flying all the way into Echo here, which is the correct call. He definitely wants to cap his opponent's spawn. Especially only even coming into Bravo, which can cause a bit more havoc. If he finds the CV, he should be able to take it out pretty easily, especially with the MG.
But now I think it's too late to
Finally
move in the
clearing that
MS-17.
specialty from Echo. Yeah. I think he's actually, yeah, he's just flying back into India. That's a good call.
Or to Gulf, maybe even.
LSTR attack moving into Legion in town was a bit of a mistake.
The Shalini did not gain Bravo though, might still be able to do some nice work. Most likely gonna kill that Brandis. Oh, that moved out a bit too early.
Yeah, thing's dead.
Oh, that was very unfortunate. Ah, he doesn't get spotted though.
If he gets one more shot off, he'll kill it. The Brennus
Yeah.
kind of up. I think whoever misses loses this engagement then.
Yeah, definitely. Although the Brennus doesn't have a stabilizer, if you can catch him while moving, he might be able to get a shot off, and if he misses, retreat immediately. But either way...
Oh, I think the series is actually flying down to Gulf now.
Yeah, I think it's a correct call. I think he, with the circle, he spotted that there's nothing too dangerous for helicopters. I mean, there are the Legion 90s there, but you should be able to just fly over them and unload in the town.
Yeah, as long as he lands on the backside of Gulf, he'll be fine. Bunch of units in Echo kind of just sitting there. I don't think he really knows what to do with them. I guess maybe at this point he just maybe fast move them into India and see what happens. Actually moving the CV. What is he putting them in? He's loading them up in the Fox.
Wants to get the air spawn. But I don't know. I think no, he can't be out of CVs. You do get more than 2 helicopter CVs.
No.
But maybe he's.
But no, he definitely has more.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't quite understand it.
Just abandoning a spawn like that, that's interesting.
And he's rendered.
That was a strange game, I have to say.
Yeah, I wanted to see what he wanted to try or achieve by capping his main spawn but ignoring the second spawn. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I don't know either. Like, I feel like, at least at the start, that kind of made sense, but as it went on and on, maybe he was just so confused with how the game turned out that he had no idea what to do. But like Hamsterfish did fine with his initial deployment. The problem is when you try this kind of helicopter stuff on this map, it never really works out, just because of the fact that there's 2 spawns.
2 spawns and long distance between the spawns. So if you have something like a helicopter or a plane that can spot them early, you also get a lot more time to prepare for that.
And especially since he was playing Eastern Bloc, which is arguably like one of the better decks to deal with this kind of thing, just because he can have his LSTR that spawned at the start just in some random forest as the helicopters move by. Sopals are very good at dealing with helicopters, except the ones that I think he lost like 3 or 4 Sopals spawned in to that one Tiger, which was a bit unfortunate. But it always ends up like that, because a lot of the time you just get chain killed or chain stunned while you're trying to spawn.
And the rocket pods with virtually no aim time, whereas AA has 1 second aim time and stuff like that. It's wouldn't have been different with any other AA, really.
Yeah, just a bit unfortunate there. There were some nice moves from the Eurocode player though. Like the Sege was nice, he nearly found the CV there. Just if he had attack moved a bit more, 10 more seconds, he would have found it, and that would have been a nice pickup. But yeah, we'll come to you with the next one. Back again with the 3rd game, and instantly we see another helicopter CV. So this must be the helicopter CV special or something. I'm half expecting just another straight heli rush, and I'm almost thinking I'm not going to be disappointed.
That's another
CV start.
Yeah, and the fob, you gotta think of that.
Yeah, especially on this map too. Like Charlie at least makes
Twin Hue. Okay, this is the best Karakov impersonator so far. He has the Huey CV, since his Siphon Pico is also a Huey from what I know. He has the twin Huey transports, again very similar to the helicopter transports of Israel, although he deploys a bit too many ground units. Chaparral, Bradleys, that's not very Karakov-like.
Well, to be fair, Karakov has been a bit disappointing today, so I'm open to alternatives. Let's see what Eleanor has started for us. Again,
more helicopters on that side. By Treatstone?
Interesting placement of this Bradley CFV in Delta, though. I'm wondering what the logic behind that one is.
I don't think it's amphibious.
No, it's not.
It's a bit similar to Firestarter, who just never, when he has groups of units going somewhere, he never places them on the road. He places one group to the left and one group to the right, like slightly off it. And this is like an extreme example of that. He just wants to make sure
he just like what was it like so he can just select one group and then move them somewhere and then select the other group, right? So he doesn't have to mess with them.
Yeah, but that seems like a very extreme example of that.
Yeah, a little bit of an extreme.
Maybe he has some unit label merging on or something, and that's. Oh no, it's got moved. Where is it now? Oh yeah, it's on the road now with the other units. Shame.
I mean, I played a long time with unit label merging. It was a fun experience, but I don't think it was ever that bad.
But yeah, also quite a lot of helicopters by Treatstone. Well, I mean quite a lot comparatively. 2 Mi-24Ds on Elite. Does he?
On the Airborne deck, is it?
It might actually be. Let me see. BRDM 3 is an Airborne. BRDM 2 Strela. Robots are Airborne. Robots on Veteran. I think it's an Airborne deck. So what's in those Hinds? It can't be Gonna Striker because I think you only get them on Veteran. I don't think VDV.
Robots too. No, this is Airborne.
Yeah, but I don't think VDV come in Hinds. Those must be Spetsnaz?
Yeah, that's Spetsnaz. Oh.
I mean, even with the veterancy bonus of Airborne, you can't get anything. Yeah, but they can't be elite, can they? Even with the veterancy bonus, they can only be veteran. I think. Because they come at regular and hardened.
Drop would be interesting. Just run him over with one, like, what? You could probably run him over with the MG on the Humvee as long as he doesn't get too close.
But yeah, apparently he's trying to fly around the seaside and get into Delta or Charlie. Not a lot of stuff for Charlie. And he's also not... I don't think he knows what fast move is. Seems like a very new player, Elendil.
Well, he is a private.
Yeah, but doesn't necessarily mean he's new. Let's be real here.
Yeah, to be fair. I think both of these players are a bit... His UAZ, exceptional optics, just kind of fast moving into a forest with vision blockers on every side. US Marines in Twin Hueys, now that's new.
Yeah, well, I mean, Twin Hueys is kind of a unit that, I mean, they are not really good, but the minigun is again that kind of weapon. It takes ages to align to get shooting, but once it actually shoots...
The minigun isn't a bad weapon,
yeah.
It just takes forever to align.
Exactly. Yeah. Same with the frogs and stuff.
Stinger season Bradleys, I really don't understand how this started. But...
I mean, Stinger. I like the Stinger C and Bradley combination in my US deck. I just take Rifleman and the 5-pointer, and the Stinger C in the Bradley. When I want to have a Bradley, then I can buy it with the Stinger C, and the Stinger C is just like, you know, a nice little add-on, you know, and a man-pad that I can just, you know, drive somewhere, have it on the flank, and that CV and Delta will die.
Yeah, that's a nice segue, but that CV and Delta will definitely die.
Yeah.
Is he spotted? Oh no, he's spotted. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a helicopter CV. It's only in the open.
Maybe if the forest was blocking the vision, but the Hinds just land. I think he's actually trying to land behind.
No, it doesn't look like it.
The K-52 will kill it anyway. The flight actually has decent accuracy on Elite at 55.
Oh yeah. I mean, flight S is kind of ATGM. It just always hits. Your Hind is panicked, it still hits. It's magical. Can't explain it.
CFV gonna take out these robots, not really gonna do anything. Robots with VDV, so yeah, this is definitely an Airborne deck. Even the Yaks on Elite.
Yeah.
But honestly, if he just stayed in Delta, he would have won this game. He's trying to hunt down the CV and Charlie now. Maybe if he could have kept one of the Hinds and Delta unloaded it behind this forest too. Yeah. He isn't actually going to find the CV in time before it caps Delta, and the good reaction that would just be instantly buy a second CV and then AA. Though this Bradley isn't going to last very long.
Oh, he does know what fast move is. He was fast moving back his CV.
Would you look at that?
But he's taking his sweet time to get into his nice little spot. There we go.
Though to be fair, like Treadstone is also taking his sweet little time. Like,
yeah.
He doesn't really seem to know what he wants to do.
Oh, he's buying a Sea Eagle.
I mean, Buying a plane to counter helos is a decent idea.
Yeah, but
that's a bit of an overinvestment. Like you could have just bought a Shackle or something. This Delta CV isn't gonna last much longer.
I mean, to be fair, USA doesn't have these kind of cheap-ish multi-roles that are also worth taking, something like a Peace Rhine or a Puff. You know, so can't blame him too much, because a lot of the cheaper planes that you see, like Thunderbolt, Prowler or something, they just don't have the Sidewinders. But he didn't.
There would be one, is the Wild Weasel, but you don't see that.
Yeah,
very
yeah, and
often.
I personally don't like the Wild Weasel, since it has no stealth.
Well, I personally don't like anything that isn't the Raven, but that's just me.
Prowler is fine, but whatever.
I think no, you're wrong. I think the problem here is that that Treadstone is just attack moving his helo. So there's always like whenever they reach their destination, they just stop. Whenever they see something, they take 2-3 seconds to stop and then aim. But when you're doing something like this, just right click in front of where the enemy unit is, because that's always the way.
There's a reason why helicopter rushes are not hard to pull off. You just right click. And
the problem is helicopter aim time, like we mentioned in just a few minutes ago, is completely retarded, and they were Spetsnaz of all things.
Which certainly, I mean, there's the 8 Abrams and the Bradleys, but if they just move down the street to the south, I don't think anything would stop them. I mean, yeah, Riflemen, no, Riflemen would stun them since they have the MG and would outrange the Spetsnaz. But the CV is now finally getting moved back. He probably waited just for the helicopters to get away, which is a smart move.
Bradley is actually not responding while they get hammered by this BRDM. Do they not spot him? Oh, they don't spot him, no.
Yeah, they have medium optics, but that medium stealth is just too much.
Base VDV and Charlie now with the robots. You don't see the BTR robot used very often.
I mean, basically paying 10 points for a mediocre ATGM. It's basically it's worse than a Milan 1, arguably.
I wouldn't call the Forgotten mediocre even. But
yeah,
I mean,
it's just
maybe it'll hit a bit more often if it's on Elite, but still. In that case, you might as well go for like the BMD too, right?
Something like that. But I mean, if you paid 5 points for that, it would be a different story. But 10 points for no, that's just not worth it.
I do like how the CFE has just been alive in Charlie, despite everything there, and the Heinz coming back now. The Shrapnel's just not in position here.
Oh,
and the HA is just dying to the VDV. Not gonna last much longer.
Tomcat!
That's interesting. It's strange, he's just reacting to the helicopters.
Very interesting.
ASF. I mean, he took out the K-52 and all the Heinz, but it's gonna be kind of funny if this convoy of BTRD robots is what does him in, though.
It would be very funny indeed. I mean,
the quad PKT does quite a bit of damage. It stuns you out pretty quickly, especially if just a Jeep CV like this. So he could definitely pull it off.
Yeah, and Landil just doesn't buy any units. Like the only 2 units that he bought over the course of the game, only 3, excuse me, were the F-14 Tomcat, the F-15 Sea Eagle, and the HA Abrams, right? Which died.
Robots, what are you doing? They're just... Oh no, they're just slowly
they're swimming.
I think the Tomcat is trying to
Artwork.
Why does he keep buying planes? I'm so confused.
I don't know. I mean, he's also using a helicopter CV. Oh, he's trying to cluster the Spetsnaz. That's also a typical rookie mistake.
Cluster planes do not do damage to infantry. A Thunderbolt! Wow. It almost feels like the wrong person is playing Airborne right now.
Yeah, it really does.
But this BTRD might actually pick off the Humvee CV.
Yeah, how's the BTRD? Oh, there we go, it's now in cover.
Oh, it's gonna aim with the FAC at 84% accuracy! It's gonna die!
Oh god, and the Thunderbolt also went down. Yeah. I mean, I think Treadstone was like a private who played a good amount of games, but it's just not very good, and Landale seems to be just a very, very new player.
It has to be. Like, he must have had a lot of points backed up, even with buying all those.
Yeah, really shit ton of points.
I've never seen the BTRD actually kill anything useful. I mean, the robot, so that was actually kind of nice. I didn't know it could actually fire its MG and an ATGM at the same time, though. So, you know, even after 4,000 hours, I'm learning something from Private Purgatory.
Yeah,
but I think the best lesson here for most people is that don't constantly buy planes when the enemy is in your spawn. Maybe not the best idea.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he was also kind of expecting the planes to spot the ground. Who knows? Maybe he came from a game like Command and Conquer, something like that.
Speaking of Command and Conquer, I actually played that a few hours ago. It was a fun experience, though. Not quite the same as Wargame by any means.
A different kind of fun.
Yeah, different kind of fun. And I don't think Elendil had much fun this game, but we will come back to you with one final cast for today. Yo, back with the final cast for today's Private Purgatory. We do have Mickey Moose versus Sausage. Two very, very delicious pieces of food there, so I hope this game is equally delicious.
Sadly, this time no helicopter CVs from either player. We are seeing Finland or Baltic by Sausage, and I think this is the American or the Canadian 100-point cheap CV, if I'm not wrong. I always get confused with these M151A1CP kind of designations.
I'm almost certain this is the American one. I'm pretty sure. I should probably know this being a non-red play. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the American one.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there's no reason to take any other cheap CV other than the...
There we go. Now we know it's
longbow. Yeah. And the other players still could be both Finland or Baltic. We haven't seen any Polish unit.
Obviously.
I mean, we're talking about privates here. That includes a bunch of role players who just refuse to take certain units or play certain decks.
Yeah,
I mean, not like there's anything wrong with that, but
2 years ago, right?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Mr. I only played Germany for like a year.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. We both don't know what I'm talking about, right? See,
it was not It was not for role playing. It was not for role playing purposes. No, we're not done yet. It was not for role playing purposes. It was for different purposes. Okay?
Oh, okay. Well, please explain to me.
No, I just
nationalistic.
9.
I go play ranked and only play China. Win a tournament like that.
No, you should play China and ANC alternating, right?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I do owe my allegiance to both countries, though I actually do know how to play Anzac now, thanks to your videos.
Thank you.
And,
you're welcome, I mean. Jesus.
This is an interesting deployment. CH-16 frogs, a DAP, a longbow, and a super cope, even a twin Huey. Can you take rangers in twin Huey? I assume you can.
Yeah, rangers probably. Not sure why you would take them.
Cavalry scouts.
Yeah. Oh no, can't be cavalry. Oh, maybe maybe he's playing motorized. What vet is his longbow? No, he's not playing motorized, so it can't be cavalry scouts. But sausage deployment is fairly standard. Nothing too special. Don't see AC-85s at all very often nowadays, since they're priced up to 15 points. But
yeah,
nothing.
ACs used to be the shit back in the day. Like you would spam those like no tomorrow. Back when I was starting out, like I played with some of these Chinese guys, including ZZ, right? And what they would do is they'd have one super heavy, and then they'd screen it with 20 ASUs. That was like the meta for them back then. It was like really, really bad, and I realized it didn't work. But those were some interesting games I played. Back then I wasn't very good, so I tried to emulate it, and every game I'd go in with like 20 ASUs and one heavy, and then I'd just lose everything.
What do you mean you weren't very good back then? Are you implying something changed in that regard?
I'm still not very good, you're right.
Yeah, I knew it.
Design a mod to buff my favorite faction so I can always win, right?
Exactly. Now, this helicopter deployment... You know, when you're going for Foxtrot like that, like he's doing... No, wait, 1 second. This is again very Karakov-like. You remember? Do you remember Karakov unloading his Shaitet at a land spawn of Foxtrot, right where the frogs are flying towards?
I assume so.
I mean, that probably was casted with Firestarter. Now that I remember, but
the CV's gonna die too. No, the longbow loses vision loss.
No, it's gonna die. But that was exactly what Karakov was doing as well. He was unloading units right where the units for Foxtrot would spawn, and just picked them off one by one. So even though he's not using helicopter CVs, he's yet again a Karakov imposter by the looks of it.
I think we've become so used to Karakov that anything is a Karakov imposter at that point. I think I've heard the term Karakov imposter like 10 times this guy.
I mean,
coming in. Oh, might even take out the Ito. Yeah.
Oh,
that's a yeah.
rip.
Longbow's only shaken. It can take out those T-55s. No
problem.
Oh,
he might have. Oh no, in those. Oh no, there's CC in that cell.
But this Marine's actually caught out by the marksman and just die. It's been unfortunate.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, Mickey Moose has a decent position. Charlie is very light and the Jabber is out in the open, and Bravo is also not very well protected. He definitely needs to spawn something to protect that, but instead decides to buy a Prowler to deal with that marksman.
Oh, light rifleman might actually be pretty good against the KTs, especially from this angle.
Yeah, you can just one-shot them. I mean, providing they hit, of course. These XAs...
Longbow moving in now, but this Ito should probably take it out. I would assume. No, the Ito is going to definitely take it out. But it's going to be very, very awkward now. Oh, the marksman goes down to the Prowler, so the US Marines are really in a good position here. To be fair, Sausage is kind of doing the correct thing and just trying to go for Bravo at this point, since he has the Ito defending the back line. So he really just wants to fast move the KTs into Bravo and try to snipe the CV in return. He does have a decent amount of defenses in Hotel. He's actually moving an Mi-17 up north side for some reason. Maybe he wants to go for Alpha?
Maybe. Or maybe he just buys a second CV just in case his spawn CV should die to something that he didn't expect. Just have it hide a bit behind or near the spawn, so he can move it in later on once his spawn CV should die. Because having only one CV on the field can sometimes be dangerous. Even if you think, okay, it's in a safe position, it can always side to a random artillery shot or just suddenly a helicopter appearing out of nowhere and getting a lucky hit on that. So I would say it's a smart move to buy the CV, just to have that security. But you know, Bravo's getting overrun. The XIs will get into Alpha without any problems. I don't think that the patch will be fast enough to deal with that.
If he buys another longbow or something for Alpha, he can salvage it, but... I mean, I guess as long as Bravo CV, I don't think Bravo CV will go down unless he really...
Yeah, the XIs are a bit slow there.
But he does the Apache Micro, he just runs into one of the KTs and he's gonna die here. But there's nothing being bought for Alpha at all, so this is definitely gonna fall. And the Mi-17 is still just in spawn though. I was about to say that it would get shot down by the Navy SEALs if it moved up, but then I remember this is vanilla, so...
Yeah, of course. You wouldn't try to just, you know, advertise a certain word, but...
Nah, no, not at all. Though, this is actually a very fortunate positioning of the CV. It's behind the cliff, so the Navy SEALs won't actually be able to spot it. And the CV in Alpha will go down any second.
Yeah, XA is spotting it now. Corsair won't do too much, and Bravo CV is only just a matter of time as well. The XAs are dealing with everything. No, they're getting picked up, but I think as soon as the T-55 gets up that plateau, it will deal with that CV there. Oh, this sheep is trying to run away though. Or not.
Yeah, but I can't expect much, only as Bravo left really. Longbow could just... Oh no, the Longbow is even out of Hellfires and there is a bunch of AA in Hotel. And Mi-17 is even moving up the north side, probably wants to cap the second spawn, which is a good idea.
Or just the base spawn of the opponent.
That's unfortunate. And the CV is actually... I guess he's trying to run away from the Ikari, but as soon as this T-55 comes in, this game is over. Though this was actually kind of interesting. You always see this when highway games go weird, every play has a bunch of shit all over the map. And again, it's like this. It's just like these light riflemen in Foxtrot, there's US Marines at the south, like the back side of Foxtrot. Longbow and Dab trying to tack move into Alpha now, and they'll just die if the arrow goes on the 4-stack.
And the T-55. Oh no, it doesn't actually get line of sight. If we can keep that
It will. No, here we go. He misses!
Yeah, he has a bad... T-55 has terrible stabilizer. I think the Dab and Longbow might be able to kill it. Their guns are pretty good, especially their Dabs.
Rip.
Oh...
That's unfortunate.
I mean...
It would have been over anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but...
Because like the CV had nowhere to run to though. I guess this was a decent way to end the game. 22% accuracy hitting. I'm sure you know all about that. Right?
Oh yeah. I know a lot about percentages and hitting and not hitting. Yeah.
But I mean, it's been a while since we've done Private Purgatory. Thank you to Firestarter, of course, for picking out these games for us. We'll have one more coming up in a few days, most likely, and hopefully we can continue on and make this a more regular thing from this point out. See you guys next time.
Regular meeting every 3 months or something.
Regular air quotes.
See ya, guys.